Good evening, all. A warm welcome to our 2 days national webinar sessions. I feel honored in organizing a national webinar on proposal preparation and funding opportunities for research projects. We all know that both the topics are very relevant in our present scenario. Even in our university, to become a research department, one of the essential criteria is that there should be at least 2 funded projects in the department concerned. Again, proposals are very essential for obtaining the financial support as they will be communicating the relevance to the funding agencies also. So along with the funding proposals, we must also be aware of the funding opportunities for research projects. So I hope this informative session is sufficient enough to valuable insight into the proposal preparation and various funding avenues available for the academic research proposals. So I take this opportunity to congratulate the PG Department of Commerce, the Research Council, and also the IQAC for well organizing this webinar. So we are having 2 resource persons for today's session and tomorrow's sessions. So today there is Dr. V Arulmurugan, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, Karaikal Campus. So once again, let me welcome you, sir. With these few words, once again, I invite all those who are present here to attend the webinar. And also I take this opportunity to thank Arul sir for accepting our invitation and be here. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. J.𝐸𝐵𝐻𝐸𝐻𝐸𝐻, Adiyeri, Head of the Department of Commerce, to make a brief introduction about Dr. V Arulmurugan. So over to you.
Good evening to one and all who present here. It's a great honor for me to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. V Arulmurugan, for this national webinar on proposal preparation for funding research projects. He has got excellent track records in his career. He is serving as associate professor and head of Department of Commerce in Pondicherry University, Karaikal Campus. He got triple gold medal in MCOM, MBA and MPhil. He has completed his doctorate in Commerce Logistics Science in University of Madras. He has 21 years of teaching, research, extension and social outreach initiatives in 3 universities, Madras University and MS University Tirunelveli and Pondicherry University. He has guided 14 MPhil research scholars, 127 postgraduate students, and guiding for PhD research scholars. His area of specialization is banking and finance, business innovation and technology, scientific research and data analytics. He has got 35 meritorious awards for various achievements, and he has got 7-time Best Teachers Award from Pondicherry University based on the students' evaluation, and also got the Best Young Scientist International Academic Excellence Award and Best NSS Program Officer Award and Bharat Ratna Dr. Ambedkar Gold Medal and minimum achievements. He has completed ICSSR major and minor research projects and published many research articles in UGC listed and Scopus indexed journals, and also editor for many indexed journals and publications also. He has invited as a resource person in many of the prestigious institutions, ICSSR and IISc, and many more. He is a mentor for budding researchers, UGC NET, and IAS and IPS, and career guidance to reach the unreached. He is an inspirational speaker, writer, and scientific research data analyst and career counselor and socio-technocrat. A great salute, sir, for your marvelous achievements. My hearty thanks for accepting our as a resource person for this webinar, sir. Now, I invite our chief guest, Dr. V Arulmurugan, sir, to inaugurate this session and continues this session. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sagar, for inviting me and providing an online hospitality, and a special mention to Dr. Swarupa Madam for reaching out personally this morning. And so it's a bliss actually to be online with the Pan India group, as well as especially with MG College. And this is not new. Already I have reached to you through one of the other program to your college through online. And I wish I reached there in person in the future too. So with this little note, congratulations to the organizing team to pull out all the budding researchers, experienced faculty members in one single platform for 2 days, and making it one session on project preparation, proposal preparation. The other one is on details on funding agencies for programs. I think myself and Professor and Dr. Paramasivam sir shared many dioceses like this in online and offline too. So again, thanks a lot for the MG College organizing team for making it possible. With this little note, I also thank the participants, because it's very hard having a whole day, working day, and reaching out in the evening, that too having a weekend in the, what you call as on the way, and spending your valuable time sitting from your own office, sitting from your own home to learn or upskill something which is very important today, today's academia and researchers, as per the Ministry of Education, UGC, and our own college. So ultimately, if you turn out the NAC or IQAC, if you turn out any ranking, everybody is looking for whether your faculty members have any projects, whether your college has any projects, whether it has been funded by any of the notable institutions. These are some of the questions that every time we are facing it. Even we move as a, what you call as experts in some of the IQAC committees, we do ask others, whether do you have. So with this little note, out of my little 22 years of teaching, research, and social initiative activities, and having guided few people, and also being a research advisor in some of the colleges, and beyond that, an awardee of 2 ICSSR projects, one major and one minor. So I thought I'll be a little comfortable in sharing my practical experience, how I have prepared the project proposal, and how I was submitting it, and what kind of development has happened in a nutshell. End of the day, I find research scholars are there, faculty members are there. If you're a faculty member, straight away you can apply for projects. And if you're a research scholar, please, after you join in a teaching profession, surely you can apply. Now, probably this session will give a clarity on a scientific approach to research also. See, preparing a proposal for a project, preparing a proposal for a research, preparing a research proposal for a publication doesn't have much difference. The only thing is that the way in which their expectation we are going to fulfill. So in that angle, with this little note, what I'm going to do is next 1 hour, I'm going to present it. And last 20 minutes, almost like 7:10, last 20 minutes, I'm going to open up for questions. If you have any questions, put it in the chat box, or you can always unmute and speak to me. That is not a big issue, because once I go for my presentation, Google is not allowing me to see you all. So whenever anything is there, even any what you call as internet connectivity or electricity issues, don't worry, I'll be jumping back immediately. Don't get panic on that. These are little disclaimer which we need to make it. With this little note, as Sagar is always looking from me, he's a very good friend of mine and well-wisher. You'll be enjoying it. I assure you that you'll be enjoying it next 1 hour with upskill of knowledge. With this little note, I'm moving on to my presentation. So now we'll move on to research proposal. All good things starts little crunchy, but don't worry, we will land up in almost like everyone in this meet. Probably if you are interested, end of my session, I will also give you a lot of tips and I'll clarify your doubts to apply for funding agencies, and you can be one of the awardee in the future. So with this little note, I'm just moving on. See, whether if you are a teacher, whether you are an assistant professor, associate professor, doesn't matter. That UGC and Ministry of Education, the stakeholders are expecting us to play three important roles. One is teaching, mentoring. The other one is research and publication. The third one is extension activities and social outreach initiatives. But what happens, teaching and mentoring mandatorily we'll be doing every day. We come into the college, we take classes, we will go off. And number two, people who are doing PhD, people who want a PhD degree, they normally work on research and publications. And maybe extension activities and social outreach initiatives are a little voluntary. But when Dr. Sagar was reading out my profile, you would have seen all the components into that. Because 20 years before, when I decided we need to get into all these components as a faculty, these are one important thing. But end of the day, what happens, whenever you want to get a job, whenever you want to go into a CAS promotion, the one thing now people are looking from any faculty is achievements. Like how a student is judged based on their marks and percentage and grades. We have a question like that for a teacher also today. Unfortunately, we got a score called as 𝐻-index, and every time whenever somebody is asking, they're asking what is your citation number, what is your 𝐻-index score. So based on that only, they are deciding what is our quality. I have also started very recently, and somehow I am managing it. In commerce, it is very, very difficult. We know that to get into a higher 𝐻-index, we are working on it. So that means that research is required to have a publication, and the publication article has to be cited. Then only we will get 𝐻-index. So if you want to have a 𝐻-index, you have to get cited of your publication. If you want to get that, your publication should be in the indexed and rated journals. If you want to have that kind of article, you need to do research in a scientific way. And doing a research in a scientific way may not be possible without any funding. So in that case, we need money, we need fund, because we have time, we have resources. If you want to access it, we need money, funding, a lakh or so. So only when we get funds, then we can start doing a proper research work, whereby we can convert it into publication and we can make it as the score for us, where in the global arena, we'll also be known as a researcher and an academia. So with this little note, we need to work on research, and that too on a funded researchers. With this, we'll move on. And even in CAS, they are giving certain points. If you are from social, I hope everybody is from social science background or science background, Sagar sir.
Sir.
Everyone is from social science?
Yes, sir. Social science and also maths.
Okay. I got it now. Right.
Science.
So with, yeah, please. So we have both science and social sciences. In that angle, if you look into the slide itself, you can understand. If you are completing a project, it is based on the fund we get the points. And we are doing it, for that also point is there, which is very well available in the minimum qualification of teachers in higher education institution when we go for recruitment. And the most important thing that today what we are looking out is, beyond everything, what is a research proposal, right? So want of time, I'm just going ahead, not interacting much. Maybe end of the time, we'll be interacting it. So it's a systematic plan to execute a research. So if you want to, as I told you that, if you want a 𝐻-index, if you want a publication, if you have a research, and if you want to do a research, we need to have a research proposal. And that is what, in a scientific way, in a systematic way. And if you want to do that, we need to classify ourselves in an understanding. And today, I'm going to focus on this. What is scientific research and approach? What is funding agencies? And how to prepare a proposal and submit to them to get a fund. So this is what we are simply going to make it out. I'm just going to move on, because whenever we discuss about scientific research, we need to understand what is research, what is scientific research, what are its approaches, what are its process. If we are very clear on it, I'm going to make it very, very loose in a way whereby anybody can understand it. So researching of any information. So if you want to prepare a proposal, we should be very clear what is exactly research. And number two, finding new things. Unless otherwise, our proposal has a new thing to be studied or made a research, funding may not happen. And fact-finding process. See, every research we are doing it, or funding agencies are giving money to us, then that fund has to be utilized to find the fact rather than cooking up of information. And beyond that, Identifying the problem itself is a research, and finding a solution to it is an add-on. And if you are going to do by yourself, rule of thumb, proposals cannot be accepted. We need to prepare our proposal in a scientific way, in a systematic way, in a methodology, what the funding agency is looking from us. Each funding agency may look certain things differently, but still we can learn what is the basic protocol, what is the basic plan or a layout or a proposal they are looking from us. In that angle, if you go in, whatever research you do, there are two kinds of approaches we apply. Either it will be descriptive or it will be explorative. If you are going to describe your proposal or research idea as it is without putting your input, then it is descriptive. If you are putting your opinion, if you are putting your the idea, if you are putting your statistical tools, method, techniques, then it is exploratory research. And you know that qualitative and qualitative research, mostly in some of the research areas, now we are moving towards quantitative research. The global arena, we are moving to qualitative also. That means it is going on the conceptual way of doing a research, thinking way of doing a research, content way of doing a research is qualitative. If you are converting that into numbers, and if you are making an analysis of the numbers and coming out with an outcome of the results, then it goes on. And case studies, some of the things we normally go with case studies, and ultimately what happens, if you are going to take single unit, then you are going to study on it. It can be one company, it can be one industry, it can be one sample, so whatever it may be. And there is another research form which we have very recently that is coming up in a bigger way, which is called as mixed method research. That means you can have a 𝐏𝐫𝐸 kind of thing, you can have a mixture kind of thing, where you can incorporate even descriptive, explorative, qualitative, quantitative, case study, everything in a thing, but you have to explain it. So a mixed method of research is also happening. In the first phase, we do qualitative research, convert that into a quantitative platform and collect the data and do the research. So that is what is called as mixed method of research. So if you want to write a good, acceptable research proposal for funding agency, these are the points you have to keep in mind. And one more simplest thing which I want to tell you is that if you want to prepare or if you want to understand scientific research, you need to understand doing research is fun. That is Dr. Mam who has said this, and he has come out with an approach called as fun approach. We'll go from reverse. Please understand this. N stands for novelty. If your proposal is novel, it's new, then only proposal will be accepted. Any new variable, any new model, any new perspective, research perspective, or from any new unit you are going to collect, that means from different samples you are going to collect, then that will give more prominence. U stands for utility. That means it should be useful to you, it should be useful to society, it should be useful to policymaker. It should be useful to, that means it should have a utility value. And F is more important. F stands for feasibility. Feasibility of time. Can I complete the research in time, given time, 1 year, 2 year, or 5 years, depending on the funding agencies. Feasibility of resources. We may think any topic, we may think any idea. Can I get the review for that? Can any research is already happened? Can I get data to analyze it? And the third feasibility is very important, feasibility of fund. Most of the people, we have everything, but we may not have fund because we need to buy a laptop, we need to buy a printer, we need to prepare a questionnaire, we need to buy a lot of books, we need to subscribe certain things, we need to travel and collect the data, we have to stay, we have to eat, we have to collaborate, we have to discuss, we have to prepare a report, we have to send it with the policy document to the governments. So if you want to do all those, we need money, we need funds. That is where, like when we do even PhD postdoc, government is giving scholarship and fellowship. The same day for the faculty members who are in a permanent job in an institution, they give fundings. And that is where we call that as a funded projects. If you have these elements in the proposal, I'm telling you in the beginning, like if it is novel, it has a utility value, and if it is have a feasibility, novelty, utility, and feasibility, then our proposal has all chance to get it. This I have learned in my 11th and 12th proposal. That means already I have submitted 12 proposals till now to different agencies, and I got only 2 awarded. every time we work on it. And this idea was brought out by Dr. Ma'am, none other than me. It is V Arulmurugan. So when we say ourselves, people may not believe. So it is Dr. V Arulmurugan, myself, and I have coined this, whereby this will help us to come out with an innovative proposal. And whatever we are doing, they are expecting us to contribute to the theoretical contribution. That means at least one word we have to add, and it should add an utility value. And when you look into the process, these are the 10 important process. Practically, I understood in last 22 years with lot of humility and also the honor. I'm telling you, Professor Dr. Ranganathan sir, who is an university professor from Madras University, who has taught me all research. He is my group. I'm the last candidate. And these are 10 steps: defining a research problem, drafting objectives, methodology, data collection, analytics, report writing, submission for evaluation, presenting in a conference, and making it published in a listed journals, and further continuing with the further research. That is what the entire research process happens. If you are having the knowledge on this, the skill sets to do this, then we can start writing proposal. So can I move on? Is that we are set to understand? Anyone?
Sir.
Thank you. So I think this part, Dr. Paramasivam sir will take care tomorrow, I suppose. So what are the funding agencies we have? We have funding agencies in the international angle. We have funding agencies in the Indian, all the ministries, our regulatory bodies, our funding bodies, all the ministries are available. I have given a link. I will share all these links to Sagar sir, whereby you will get it, which you can explore what are the things are available. Even if you go to Pondicherry University, for example, right? So Pondicherry University, we have the details of funding agencies. What are the funding agencies? What different discipline in our library portal? Anybody can access it. And even many universities are having like that. So you can also prepare in your own website what are the funding agencies. You can link to that, whereby all the faculty members can get benefit. With this little note, the most two popular funding agencies for us as a teacher is University Grant Commission and ICSSR, UGC and ICSSR. And if you get into that, you have enormous details that what is a funding agency, how they fund it. For that, the most important thing is that in UGC, we have minor and major projects. In ICSSR also, we have minor and major projects. And today we have collaborative projects in ICSSR. 3-4 institutions, 3-4 directors can join. In UGC, the person who is applying for fund is called as the faculty member, or a professor is called as principal investigator. And you can add 2 more investigators. They are called as co-principal investigators. But when you apply for ICSSR, we are called as project director. And if you are going to have with you someone 2 more, then it is project co-directors. Now in the collaborative project, they call as the project, all are project directors, and one will be project coordinator. And the funds are given, traditionally funds are given for minor for 2 years and the major for 3 years in UGC. And for last few years, there was no funding from UGC, practically speaking, but ICSSR, every time it is coming out with special call. Very recently for Amit call, like Developed India 2047. So they have given, they are coming out so much. For COVID, they have come out. For scheduled tribes, they have come out. So new projects are coming in. Traditionally we have, but new projects are coming in. So you can be a project director or project coordinator. If you want to be a project director or project investigator, you are supposed to have minimum qualification of PhD. Otherwise, you can be a project co-director or principal co-investigator. So this is what the information. And even UGC has come out with a new scheme recently called as Stride, and ICSSR has come out with a new scheme called as Impress. Already projects has over, 2 cycle has been over. Now they are working on it. So with this little note, maybe tomorrow Sarah will be adding more funding agencies and what are the programs you can apply. So with this little note, we'll move on how to prepare a project proposal. So as I told you, systematic plan to execute research scientifically. And in general, if you want to prepare in a normal, thing. So title of the study, introduction they'll be looking for, review of literature, statement of the problem, why you are doing it, scope of the study, then what are the objectives, what is the methodology, and what is the social relevance of the study. Normally they'll be looking for limitation of the study, chapter design, how you are going to make your research in the future, and what are the reference. This is the common research proposal format. But what happens, each funding agency like UGC comes out with a little slightly different format, but this content will be there. And again in ICSSR, they have a little slight change in the format. So this is a common format we follow. Do you want to know what the funding agents are looking for? So we can go ahead. See what want of time. So we have almost crossed 30 minutes. We have 1 more hour to go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to tell you all the formats of different agencies, but I'm going to show you one, what you call as funding agency format and its application and how it can be submitted. The same procedure is followed almost in any other funding projects. Okay. So in that angle, I'll be explaining you UGC STRIDE, because this the funding scheme has 3 important components. They give fund for the institution, they give fund for assistant and associate professors, they give fund for senior professors. So in this one format, we can look into everything. So STRIDE is nothing but scheme for transdisciplinary research for India's developing economy. And it is, even though it is named as UGC, Banaras Hindu University is only taking care of it. And ICSSR, they are taking care of it. And what any funding agency will look for is these 4 important components. Socially relevant. Our proposal is supposed to be beyond innovative, beyond visibility, beyond utility, what I said. They are looking for socially relevant. It should be in the future, our ideas should help the development and empowerment of society. Locally need-based. For example, if you are from Kannur, so any research which is very, very locally needed, some ideas should be developed, but nationally important. That idea should be replicated at a national level. Maybe it should have a globally significant. So these are the components we should think while drafting the text. And as I told you, STRIDE has 3 components. Component 1, component 2, component 3. And all these institutions are eligible. Any university, any colleges, which is having 12B status. Okay? 2F and 12B status are eligible. Component 1 is for institution. Component 2 is for assistant professor and associate professor in a regular mode. Component 3 is for an expert researcher. It is an institutional collaboration. 2 institutions can join together. And when you go for institutions coordinator, 1 crore, please understand. If you are applying for UGC STRIDE as an institution with a director, like you may having a research council, the director or coordinator can apply and you will be getting 1 crore. And there are modalities for which how you can spend it. You can fund for another project. You can conduct programs. Component 2 for individual. Maximum 50 lakhs they are giving. Right? And if you are going to collaborate, if they are giving 40%, 1 crore you can get individually for 3 years. If you are an assistant professor or associate professor with a PhD. And component 3 is for 2 different. For example, your college or some other college, some other university can collaborate. 2 to 4 institutions can collaborate. You can form an expert researcher and you will get 5 crore. It is one of the highest, scheme as far as social science. And as far as science, you have BST, which is giving in lakhs and many crores also. Right? And if you get into UGC STRIDE, they are not looking from, there are 2 funding agencies which they look for. One, they give a topic area where we need to select our proposal. Yes? Can I proceed? Sir, can I proceed or?
Shankar sir, please note, sir.
That's okay. I'll proceed. I understand. Okay. Some people will be on the move listening because this is a time for shopping. This is a time for little relax, but some people will be there that we need to accept it. And these are the areas, but some funding agencies, they may not give any topic. We have to find out, but days has gone. Even ICS or UGC or anybody, they are giving the theme of the project to which we need to send our proposal. And even nowadays, what Government of India is looking for is, they are looking for projects on various schemes they have brought in last several years. Like, for example, Skill India, Startup India, then Environmental India, ESG, Digital India, National Health Mission, Pradhan Mantri Yojana. So there are so many centralized schemes where they are looking for a project also. Jan Dhan Yojana, so many things are there. And in that angle, can I go ahead? No issues, no, right? Agar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Right. So when you go for it, there are usually they get two kind of things. One form will be investigator profile, project director profile. Number two, they may be looking for an application with project proposal, budget, and forwarding letter. These are the things you will have it. So in the project investigator profile or project director profile, they'll be looking for what is our name, what is our personal details, and who is our co-investigator, how much experience we have in teaching, research, and when we got our doctoral degree, what was the topic of our PhD, how many research papers in last 5 years we have published, how many papers in a form of in the journal, how many papers in the edited volume and books, right? And whether the facilities are available in our campus, whether we have applied for already, whether we have got any minor or major projects or collaborative projects, whether we have applied anywhere. So these are the informations. And additionally, they may look for any foreign visits for academic collaboration, any seed money projects that given by the institution, all those details, they'll be looking for investigator profile. Get ready with that. Because the more you have a publication, the more you have done it, you have an all set chance to get it. And the second thing is very important. They'll be looking for a proposed research work. That means project details. One is direct project investigator or project director detail. The other one is project detail. In that, UGC is looking for this broad area of research, statement of purpose, project title, introduction. In that, so many points like how far it is socially relevant, what is the originality, how far it will be relevant for national mission and priorities, review of literature, what are the objectives, methodology, year-wise plan. Then they'll be looking for detailed collaboration with government or any NGO. What will be expected output? But don't worry, I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to tell you one by one in next 20 minutes, whereby I'm going to help you literally how you can write it. See, these are the broad areas. Wherever you want, you can. And the most important is statement of purpose. Usually UGC is asking for 500 to 800 words. And this is an abstract of the proposal. This, please write this end of your proposal writing. Don't write in the beginning. They'll be looking for 2 lines in origin of the study, why you have started, what is your objectives, how you are going to use it, and what is the significance to nation, significance to government, significance to society, significant to the stakeholder. We have to write it in less than 500 to 800 words. And please make it brevity, because in a simplest form, in a shortest form, because we don't have a habit of writing crispy, we write lengthy. Because this is going to be the face of your project proposal. Most of the people read this rather than reading the entire proposal. So this you try to write at the end of the proposal preparation. Got it? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Anyone acknowledge it? Yeah. Then the most important is project title. I'm telling you how, I don't know how you have used, prepare for your PhD or any, what do you call as, the project works. But what I mean to say is, please always choose interested area of your choice. Never ever select an area which you don't have any idea, any knowledge, any skill sets. Somebody has referred you, don't take it. Please take which is closer to your heart. You like it. For example, my area is banking and finance and logistics, entrepreneurship, which I love to do actually, technology-oriented research. This is what I do in commerce. But for that, once you have your idea, there are two methods I have. Sometimes you get an idea, then you have to go and refer the review. Sometimes you may not get an idea, where you have to refer the review, then you have to generate an idea. So I call that as idea-based review, review-based idea. Any one of the method you can follow. Once you understood that, at least collect 50 relevant articles, 30 to 50 relevant articles, that published research articles, which you should use it in proposal proportion. So take an Excel worksheet, take one article, prepare the statement of review of literature, title, research. There are manually so many things has come in softwares, but I prefer this one, whereby I can easily make it out. Anybody can. Title, researcher, year, objectives, the methodology, what is analysis, what is the findings, what is the key suggestion, what is the punching line, agenda for future research. If you are able to draft it column by column, 50 articles, 50 information. The last 11th column, please have a research gap. After reading this, write down that. Take all the research gap, frame your title. And whenever you frame your title, keep these 2 points in mind. And I'm not going to leave you there, okay? Your title should carry all these three visibly. It should have research variables. Which one is independent, which one is dependent variable, based on that. Whom you are going to collect the data, the source, and how you are going to connect the research variable and research variable with research unit. That is what is called as research perspective. For example, I'll spend 1 minute time. Can anyone tell me any of your topic? Can anyone tell me a research topic where we can find out whether all these three components are there, where everybody can understand? That's what I'm asking you. Anyone? Acha, let me tell you. For example, effect of COVID-19, effect of COVID-19 in business promotion. If it is going to be the title, effect of COVID-19 in business promotion. Now, the business promotion is the research variable. It can be bifurcated in many. COVID-19 is a period. That is your research unit at that time. And effect is your research perspective. You are connecting these three. And from whom you are going to collect data. From the business people can be your sample. Your customers can be your sample. Right? For example, influence, next topic I'm telling you. Influence of technological banking services among customers. Technological banking services is your research variable. Among customers, customers is your research unit. Influence is your research perspective. Hope you got it now. You can connect in your own discipline. If anybody wants more details, at the end I will tell you. So this is how you can have very clear mandate on it. Is it okay? Can I move on? My PPT is viewable?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So the next thing they'll look for is an introductory part of your proposal. Origin of the research problem. After the title, this introductory part should be there. How you got this idea? For example, the COVID title. Because of the COVID pandemic, there are businesses who have failed. The businesses which are closed. The businesses are unable to reach. So I got an idea. Transdisciplinary relevance they'll be looking for. How far it is applicable in sociology. How far it is applicable in management. How far it is applicable in economics. How far it is applicable in science. How far it is applicable in medicine. So all those. Social relevance. How it is going to happen. How this can be a national model. And studies, literatures, I told you, 30 to 50 literatures you collect should have international studies, national studies. When you are collecting international studies, collect from different countries. Don't collect from one country. If you are collecting national studies, don't collect from one state. For example, we are mostly from Kerala. Don't collect all the studies from Kerala. Collect it from different locations. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, Mizoram, Manipur, the Rajasthan, Punjab. wherever the studies are there. Try to make it in that way. Even international studies divided into continental angle, Australia, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, European continents. Like that, you have to select. Then only you will have the proposal will have more weightage. Hope you got this tip. And when you want to draft the objectives, see research titles in your what you call as the draft is a bigger research question, and you can break down into 3 to 5. Minimum 3 objectives we are supposed to have, or maximum 5 objectives. Don't be less than 3, don't be more than 5. 3 to 5 objectives. If you are able to prepare, that proposal will be considered as a quality one, and it should be sequentially arranged. And you also have to frame hypothesis. For each one objective, one hypothesis can be framed. As I told you, your research title is a bigger question, the answer. Your objectives are sub-questions to answer the bigger question, and your hypothesis is a predetermined answer. So, and you know how to prepare the objectives, you have a separate session to work on. And most important is methodology, my dear friends. You have to explain very clearly on this. What is the type of study, whether it is descriptive or explorative? What is the data sources, whether you are going to collect primarily or already databases are available, you are going to take it. Secondary data. If you are using secondary data, what is the data you are going to take it and how much period you are going to take it? Whether it is a time series data, panel data, cross-sectional data, what are the tools, techniques and models, econometric models, financial models, mathematical models, which you are going to use it. And primary data, we should be very clear that who is our population and who is our sample. What is the sample size? From where we are going to collect? What is the sampling technique we are going to use it? Whether we are going to use probability sampling or non-probability sampling. Which one we are going to use it? What is the data collection tool? Whether we are going to use questionnaire or interview schedule. And mandatory that every research proposal should have pilot study and main study. Directly you cannot go for main study. We have to go for reliability and validity analysis. And these details should be in the methodology very clearly. And we should also tell them what are the statistical mathematical tools we are going to use it. Usually we use univariate tools, bivariate tools, multivariate tools. I have given so much. So if you are in social science field, you can use anything. Percentile, mean score, rankings, chi-square, ANOVA, t-test, reliability factor, cluster, discriminant correspondence, correlation, regression, structural equation modeling, neural network modeling, combination of SEM and NNA. There are n number of statistical tools modeling has come in, which we are expected to use econometric models like ARIMA, ARMA. So mathematical models, which they are expecting us to use that because they feel that data, if it is analyzed through the tools, it is more of scientific. And for that, we have to use data analytical tools now, like Excel, SPSS, Literal Visual PLS, GPower, Grittle, we use Vega, MATLAB, R, Python, Tableau, Mathematica. So many softwares has come in. Which one you want to use it? I normally use it simple SPSS suppose. Sometimes EView.
Sir, you are muted.
Muted, sir.
I don't know how it has done here. Where I missed you. Can anyone update me? From there I'll start. Only few seconds or for long time?
Sir, from mathematical table.
Got it. So in this angle, if you look in, like I think almost you are in. So these are the things which we need to make it. And the most important thing is that any project preparation will be looking for year-wise plan. I have given it. Like this is the one which we worked on, women entrepreneurship, a study which we completed along with Dr. A. Shankaran, professor from economics, Pondicherry University. So we together form a team and we work on. So we have sent many proposals, and the latest one I have submitted individually, but we can work as a team. First year, what are the things you'll be doing? So confirmation on research design. That means discussing with the experts, collecting literature review, confirming with research design. Second year, if it is a 3-year project, second year, maybe you can collect data, you can analyze the data, and third year, you can draft the report, send for review, prepare your final report and submit. So year-wise plan, they will be expecting from us. If it is a 1-year project, so 6 months what you are going to do, next 6 months what you are going to do. That we have to. And most important, if you have any collaborations, they'll be asking you. And one important thing is the 9th one, expected outcome and output. I told you, na? After the project, whether you want to bring any publication like a book or many articles in a journal, or you want to bring a policy report, or you want to create a database, you have to mention that. Programs. With this one, whether you are planning to organize any seminar, conference, workshops, or training programs. If you are working on computer science, if you are working on technology-oriented commerce and management, you can bring a workable model and system, right? So what the funding agency will look for is, I am giving funding, you are working a research, what will be the output? How far it is going to benefit the people? And in that angle, as I told you till now, these 9 points I have told you, this is what they are looking for any funding agencies. Maybe 1 or points extra or may not be available. So these are the things which they'll be looking for. And the most important is budget, financial assistance required. Most of the funding agencies will give fund, right, on these heads. They'll give project fellow for us. We can have research associate, research assistant, field investigator. 3 set of people we can take it. We can employ them for whole project. We can employ for part of the project also. 1 year, 6 months. Then hiring charges. Like if you are going to hire anyone for the project, and field work and travel, for traveling, for staying in the hotel, for food, like, so preparing materials, everything. Contingency, like every month you may have some stationaries or some papers or some printouts. You can honorarium. For example, if you are giving if you are inviting anyone for your research meetings, then you can give honorarium. And the other thing is that books and journals. You can buy books and journals, okay? And nowadays, like once you get it, you have to submit. And equipments. You can buy laptop, printer, hard disk, right? You have to justify. Even a camera. So if you are able to, you can use all these heads. Funds are given. Ceiling is given. UGC doesn't give ceiling, but ICSR gives a ceiling. 30% only for this, 20% only for this, 5% for this. So that is what the things which you need to work on. And there'll be a certificate called as endorsement certificate or forwarding letter. Format will be given by funding agencies. You have to take a printout, fill it, sign it, and you have to get approval. If you are in university, you have to get signed by the registrar or the project director. If you are in a college, you can get it from your principal or your research coordinator or research director, authorized by the principal, management. So this is how it goes on. With this letter only, we have to upload. And nothing is offline now. Everything is online. You have to register and you have to have a dashboard. For example, for Stride, till now I told you how to prepare proposals in a Word format, keep it safe. From there, you have to submit. So log on to the Stride website or any funding agency website. Try to download the format first, endorsement letter or certificate. Prepare your proposal according to their need. Please check it out how many words they want. For example, ICSR says character. How many character? They are not meaning word, one letter they are meaning. So the investigator or project director profile we need to have, and we need to download the applications. Then we have to register. And you have to register and you have to log in. And then you have to, sometimes some funding agency sends activation mail. You have to activate your dashboard. Once it is ready, then the principal investigator or the project director can log in. They can fill all the details. You'll be in some funding agencies, they give a dashboard comment box where we have to paste there or we have to type there. Some agencies, they look for an attachment. You can prepare separately and you can give an attachment. And the endorsement letter, photographs, right? That is also very important. Signature, your Aadhaar number, they may be looking for. So before you submit, finally verify, then you can start submitting. And what happens, once you submit, Some funding agency never look for a hard copy, but always try to download the hard copy, submit to your authority at least. If funding agency, ICSR look for a hard copy within 10 days. So through proper channel, you try to send it. If the funding agency is not asking you, at least submit a copy to your principal or research coordinator. Because to get your endorsement itself, they'll be looking for a proposal. So you have to prepare a proposal, submit along with the application, then you get the endorsement letter, then you upload everything, again take a printout, submit to the authorities. Because you will not have any official problem future. So till now, I was saying 30 minutes to go from now. Within 10 minutes, I will complete, then we'll have a discussion. So till now, I said how to prepare a proposal and how to submit. Is it clear? Can I move on further and add on what Sagar was not asking me? I'm giving you an add on.
Yes,
Plus, okay. You must also understand how the proposals are appraised. Once we submit, either on nowadays offline is not there, online. See, we may not get email communication. They will only shortlist in website now. And informations are rolling out in social media nowadays. You can go to official page of UGC or ICSR in Facebook. They get updated. Many people ask me how you are getting it. So in Facebook regularly I'm checking it. I'm sharing to others, many of the scholars. So once your proposal is short, actually speaking, the proposal will be sent to selected experts. The experts will review your proposal. If they are okay, minimum 3 people they'll send it. If they're okay, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if it is okay, then you will be called for your name will be shortlisted. You will be called for a presentation or an interview or a discussion. Nowadays, those days it was happening in person. We have to travel to Delhi or wherever the funding agency, Bangalore or Hyderabad. Now even Skype is not there. We have Google Meet, we have Zoom, online meets. They'll be giving us slots. We are invited. Minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Minimum. Maximum 30 minutes. The last 2 things, one was attended by my director. The second one, I happened to be there for almost 20 minutes. So they'll be asking us. So 5 to 6 PPT we have to prepare with all these things. Title, research, gap, objectives, methodology, what is the outcome. So in that angle we have to prepare and we have to present it. Then they will be asking questions. They may ask us to revise certain things. They may ask us to add certain things. They may ask us to cut down the budget. So these are some of things we need to answer them. If they are satisfied, there will be 3 or 4 panelists. If they are satisfied, then our project will get published. Selected. So the tips which I can give is, in the interview, they'll be checking our research knowledge. They'll be checking our domain knowledge. For example, you are giving a proposal in environmental studies. If you are giving a proposal in corporate finance or marketing, they will check whether you have that knowledge. That's what I said. Send a proposal in your comfortable area. They'll also check analytical skills, whether you know to analyze your own data. They'll also check your research experience, whether you have guided anybody, whether you have published, whether you have done projects already, project experience, and they'll be looking for publications. Whether you have done any prior publications on the research proposal you are submitting. And most important tip which I want to give you, which out of my own experience, please make a clarity in presentation. Hope I am doing it for last 1 hour without confusing you. So even with the 10 minutes or 5 minutes time, present it clearly, show your budget, justify your budget. If they are asking to revise it, accept that you will revise it. Don't argue. And always show that you have a research attitude, that you are interested in doing a research, interested in helping the society. That way we have to present. These are the additional tips. Many of the workshops will not give you. You have to thank Sagar sir and Swapna madam for giving this kind of input from me, because I never hide anything which will be useful to you. And now, even though I have completed the discussion, the presentation, practically that Dr. Ram, myself, I have identified, drafted one before. See, for doing research, we need proposal. For preparing a proposal itself, you need to have a pre-project proposal, which I called as triple P model. First step to prepare research proposal. See, many of us know we get an idea. Once you get an idea, take a paper or use your mobile notepad or use your laptop Word file. Write down, draft the title of that idea. Write 3 to 5 objectives. Now, methodology I showed, no. Point by point, you write what is your methodology. See that. Correct it. You may get one idea, you may get many ideas. Minimum 3 ideas you collect it. And see, before you prepare the 5-page or 1,000 words or 2,000 words or 6,000 words proposal, 5 to 10 pages of proposal, you can always work on it. If you take my notepad, many proposal ideas are there. In my laptop, each pages are there. So don't wait for notification of the funding agency. Prepare now itself. You surely fit into that. So what is your first step is prepare the title, objectives and methodology in 1 page, right? Ultimately, what will happen is you will be induced, you will be enjoying preparing the proposal for funding agencies. So this is a one tip which I want to give you. If it is a workshop, I used to make people to write. Right. In a nutshell, to conclude, tips for writing research proposal. Can I give it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I write? These 12 points, if you remember. First, know yourself. Let us know ourselves. Whether I am capable enough to prepare a research proposal on, see, we are capable enough to prepare a research proposal. But whether we are capable enough to prepare a research proposal in this area to this funding agency, that we have to find out. Then we have to know about the funding agencies, about the funding ICSR, UGC, BST, ministries, WTO, World Bank, IMF. There are so many funding agencies. I will be deliberating tomorrow. And read the notification and announcement carefully. Many of us don't read the notification. Every year, some changes will be there. Accordingly, we prepare our proposal. As I told you, formulate the title, objectives, and methodology first. Discuss with your own friends. Discuss with experts. Discuss people like us. We will tell you whether this will be workable or not. And then you prepare your proposal and make sure that that proposal you are sending is in the area of your study area, whereby you can substantially submit your PhD work or all those things. And please prepare a viable research projects. Check it out. Grammar and spelling count and grammar problems. The format and brevities are important. And as I told you, know your review process. Just now I have explained. Please read before you submit. Many people just copy and paste it. They will submit it. It will be under plagiarism. Your name will be blocked. They may not inform you. Your name will be blocked. If you send it next time, they will not take it even seriously. Then you submit your proposal in time. Many of us, including myself, we have a problem of submitting in the last minute. 12 o'clock time is going to be there. 11 o'clock only we will start registering on the day, in the night. So my humble request is at least 5 days before you start submitting. And please choose the time, early morning or late night, where your server will have a kind of, you will not have any jam in between, server crunch. In the daytime, many people don't rush up in the last minute. So these are some of the tips which I want to give you. And overall, if you want to apply for a project or if you want to do your PhD, if you want to do your paper, I strongly believe these required skills supposed to be there. These 10 skills. You should be in a position to come out with an idea and you should ask questions, research idea and inquiry. You should have a typing and formatting skills. You should know how to collect materials through online, Google or Google Scholar or any of the databases. You should also have knowledge how to collect the data, how to analyze the data, how to draft it, how to read the proof. how logically you should think, because you cannot do one by one, multitasking simultaneously. And most important is follow ethics and integrity. Don't copy any work. Don't get into plagiarism issues. Don't steal anybody's information. Don't make others to work without giving any acknowledgement. That is should be there. That's what when I started, all what I'm going to speak today, what I've gained from 22 years of all my research team and my research professor, Professor Ranganathan sir. And understanding with the research team is very important. Research cannot be done with individual. You have to have a team and get help from others. That's more important. Frequently you meet and don't have a shy or a fear or an ego to get help from others. I always discuss with my research scholars. Small things. They ask me, sir, you are a guide, why you are discussing with me? I say that you have a different perspective. Tell me, we'll incorporate. But do it by yourself. Don't ask anything from others. You can learn, but do it by your team or your scholars or your research team for the project. Whether it is a PhD or whatever it may be. With this little note, 20 more minutes to go. I'm not concluding it. I'm starting now. Novelty and utility and visibility. Don't forget that. And the Dr. Ram's fun approach and triple P model. And if you enjoy, I'm telling you, doing research is fun, as I told you. If you enjoy, it's like what you call it as an emotion. In my opinion, doing research is an emotion. We need to feel happy, pleasant. Many people take it as a stress. I don't know why. If you are not able to do today, take sleep. Tomorrow, do it. That is what it is. It's not necessary that you have to do it every second. Keep your mind free. Just do it. And to finalize, these are Nobel laureates, okay, Nobel Prize winners. Why not be among them? If we do a research area for 10 years, we have a chance to become a Nobel laureate. We can receive Nobel Prize also. And whatever I spoken, if you want to read further, there is a book called as Methodology of Research in Social Sciences, written by Krishnaswamy sir and his scholar Ranganathan sir and the scholar of Ranganathan sir. I'm not promoting it, but it's a demigod book. If you feel that I have a clarity in research, it is from this book. And there is a publication manual which is given by American Psychology Association. Please download, have it. Any report should be. And UGC has given a good academic research practices. Please download this document. Academic integrity and research quality. Please read once in life. And probably like as anybody, I also an academic YouTuber. So if you go to Dr. V Arulmurugan channel, like it has crossed 2,000 now, I have not monetized. You can find playlist. Exclusively, there is a playlist called as Scientific Research Data Analytics Project Proposal for Funding Agencies. If you have any doubts, videos are available. For example, SPSS Analytics, around 4 to 5 hours video is available. If you really want to learn about research, funding agencies, how to prepare publications, everything is available in that playlist. Please, whenever you have a free time, please go through that. And as usual, by any promotion, right? Subscribe the channel, press the bell button. Thank you so much. The Mahatma Gandhi College, which is affiliated to Karaikal University, and Kerala is always a holy place. Kerala is always God's own country. But recently, we had a kind of very, very sad news in what you call as Wayanad. Let us pray for that. Let us bring back Kerala in a older form, in a beautiful form, and do research on it. You can do a lot more research on it, and you can help funding with all those people who are working on it. With this little note, I think 15 minutes to go. If you need any clarity or any kind of doubts you have, please, I'm bound to answer, and I'll be happy to answer your queries.
So thank you, sir, for a wonderful session. Now, participants, do you have any clarification or further question? Please, you can.
I think Shankar Narayanan sir has raised his hand. See, I think Our technical team is so generous. You can unmute and speak, or you can also post in the chat box. I will read and answer your questions. Any kind of doubts on research, project proposal preparation, funding agencies, and I have given a clarity, I suppose. And still, if you need any kind of things, you can ask me. Anything which I am able to answer, I'll try to answer. I think Mr. Gopinath also has raised his hand. Can you unmute and speak, sir? Do you have anything?
Sir, thank you so much for such a wonderful webinar, sir. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot. So in
Thank you so
present
much.
days, the role of AI tools are inevitable, sir. Wherever people are now
Yeah.
conducting workshop and seminars, webinar everywhere for using the how to use AI tool for research. So how best we can use AI tool, or it is not recommended to use AI tools for proposal writing, sir?
No, sir, see, till now in India, it is not officially recognized. Point number one. Some of the universities and some of the countries has recognized it. But any invent of new technology, we cannot keep away. For example, Manley, which has come in for our review synchronization. There are Grammarly, which is helping us. So many softwares, analytical softwares, we have started accepting it. AI also has to be accepted. It will be accepted very soon. And maybe what I can say is, rather than copying what AI is giving, for example, you are asking me, right? Just imagine I am an AI and you will be asking me questions and I am giving an answer that you are not going to write as such what I have given, right? You are not going to copy. So understand it, write in your own words. So we can have AI help not for copying the content, but to source our idea. So what is the difference between Google and AI? Very simple. In a database, if you ask, it will give you n number of things. It will not synchronize. It will pull everything. But if you ask AI, it will pull everything. It will draft in a format and that will display to you as I'm doing it. So tomorrow we may have humanoid AI also. You may have it. You can talk to them. So very soon it will be. But at present, I don't think so. It is officially accepted. But we can use it to know ourselves, then we can draft it. That's what I can advise.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful explanation, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think Dr. Mr. Girish, my question is, there is a question in chat box, I'm reading it. Thanks to Mr. Girish. My question is, sometimes we will not be able to find more than 30 articles or journals, studies on the topics. Right, there is a little confusion. First, we need to clarify this. We need only research articles, right? And 5 to 10 research articles are published in a journal, okay? See, and one more thing what you would like is, please get into some leading institutions, universities, libraries. They have subscription for almost all the publishers, popular publishers, databases. You can access that. Because in a free mode, it is very difficult to access in a normal Google search. That is one point. And one more thing is that, can I ask you a question like, are we know that all the resources of that topic? No. Whatever we are able to reachable, it will take some time. So my humble request is, I'll give you one small clue. If you are finding one article which is relevant to your research idea, go to that references, citations. Surely they'll have 30 or 40 references minimum. Some articles nowadays, they have 100. Go and take that article and there you will find references. So if you get 30 articles, if minimum 10 references are relevant, 300, 300 articles you can get it to. So we need to work on this kind of logic. So make a literature review, actually, like a systematic literature review. There is one thing called as Prisma method, meta-analytics, bibliometrics. So if you start working on these models to get the review papers, you will get it. So find, even through authors you can find. If some experts are in your area, find 5 or 6 people, browse their publication, you will get more articles. One way you can search through author, another way you can search through the citations, references, another way you can search through the journal names, very specific journal names. I think I have given answer, Mr. Grish. Is it okay? Thank you, Grish. Thank you. I think Dr. 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐩𝐬𝐚𝐥 has raised up her hand. Madam? Any questions, madam? Any clarification? I think Sagar sir, beyond your college, faculties and research scholars from other institutions also has joined, right?
Okay, sir. We are joined.
I think I could see some faces.
Okay.
Great, that's great. Facilitating everyone should be there because we have a slot.
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. I am from Bihar.
Namaskar, sir, please.
I want to ask that I want to work on 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩. Want to make the project on 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩. 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩 is a social project by Bihar government, and the government is helping so much to the women section of the society, means female section of the society. And I am finding, I'm trying to find the articles on 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩 project. So there are very few articles. So how one of the articles is from World Bank and like this, from some institutions only, not in the form of research paper. So how can I proceed with this?
Yeah, I got it, sir. Yeah. So, sir, actually, like, first, I like to have one clarity with you that any schemes related to women or any specific mission to reach women, what they are doing in Bihar?
Of 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩 project on economic and social status of women in
That means
some division.
empowerment of women through education, employment. Correct?
Yeah.
This is what they are doing. Sir, actually, in the same name, you may not get it. So we have to find out the common theme of your project. For example, as you said, the World Bank study. So there are different countries do the same thing in different names. So we need to find out the generic thing what they are doing. For example, you say women empowerment through employability, you can get more articles. Women empowerment through education, you'll get. Women empowerment through self-employment. Women empowerment through what you call as revolving funds, microfinance, or what you call as microcredit, bank linking to women. So government schemes for women.
So
for example,
I can find so many articles.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
use
Thank
the
you.
generic term, then you will get more articles. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dhanyabad. Thank you.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
I'm Sangeeta, sir. Sir, wonderful presentation and astonished seeing your energy level. Thank you, sir. Sir, I want you to explain once again that how you classify the topics perspective-wise, variable units with two examples. Once again, sir.
Okay, madam. Sure. There is okay. I think you have given the message, right, ma'am? Can you again classify the topic with example? Okay, ma'am. I will make it very simple, ma'am. 3 things. One is research variable. That means a thing what we are going to find out is the variable, right? Research variables. It can be one, it can be many. And the research unit from whom we are going to collect data. It can be secondary data. It can be like a policy holder. It can be a patient. It can be a complaint. It can be a victim. So it can be women. It can be a child. So who is that? And number 3 is very important. Research perspective. It should connect logically the research variables, and it should also connect research variable to research unit. So these 3 should be expressed in your title in one line. If I read that, I should understand what you have done in your proposal, what you are going to do in the research. In that angle, recently what happens, this unit also they are taken up. Research variables, they have divided into two, different variable, independent variable. Through what you are going to find out is a different variable. What are the things you are going to use it independent variable? The input variables are called as independent variable. The output you are going to generate is a different variable. So among this variable itself, with the perspective, they are framing the title. The respondents or the unit can be shown in the methodology also. There are two things. In the first case, I have given you effects of COVID-19 in business promotion. Today, many businesses are doing promotion. So now the business promotion is our research variable. It is one. It can be bifurcated in many, like business promotion through word of mouth. It may be ways of business promotion. If I put ways or means of business promotion, then we'll get more. Those things are independent. Business promotion is a different word. So what are the means through which I can do? And that effect, that is research perspective. I want to find out the effect of this. What determines the business promotion? Those and all we can connect it. From whom we are going to collect? Whether we are going to collect from the customer, whether we are going to collect from the intermediary, whether we are going to collect from the owner, entrepreneur themselves. So this is how we can frame it. If you have any title, you tell me, I can reframe according to that. Is it okay, madam?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you
Sure.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what I'm saying. The abstract, the proposal is the what you call as a gist of your project, and the abstract is the mirror of your project proposal. The title is the eyesight of your proposal. If your eyesight is clear, you will get selected. I think somebody was asking PPT. Sagar sir, I'll share to you, whereby you can share it later to the.
Okay, sir.
I'll see, nothing is hiding. If it is going to benefit many people, we'll be happy. And you can contact me at any time, whenever possible. I can help you. Everything is free. Nothing, because we need to have an ethical research. There are so much commercial, we need to break it. So that's an ultimate aim. Thanks to Sagar and his team. I'm friendly calling Sagar because he is a very good friend of mine. We were together in a department when he was working PhD. I was a faculty there. Yeah. Anybody? So that is how I'm taking advantage and calling Dr. Sagar as Sagar, because many of you may be student of Sagar. Don't mistake me.
So friends, any more questions? Hello.
I think everybody is getting ready for dinner.
Yes, sir.
So one more question I'm having, sir.
Please, madam, please.
Sir, no, already you said while searching the 30 articles, some headings you search, you just told that based on these aspects, you find out the material from the matter from the article, 30 articles like that, sir. Can you just list out those headings, sir?
You mean to say that after collecting the research article, preparing a statement of review?
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah. Review
That's
statement.
what you are asking, like that 11
Yes,
columns. Right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that same.
I will again show you, whereby you can see
Yes,
that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'll again show you. Sagar, can I now? No problem. Time is there. Are you able to see my slide? Again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. I will like that. Show that. Madam, are you able to see now? I will repeat. I'll make it very clear within few seconds.
Sir.
Open an Excel file, take one research article, just go through that. And while going through, you write what is the title of that in one column, and who is a researcher, and which year it has been conducted, what is the key objectives of that paper, and what is the methodology in point by point, what tools they have used for analysis, what is the key finding, and what is the one important suggestion they have given, and what is their conclusion. And in that paper itself, some papers they'll give you future agenda for research or limitations. That you write it. Keep away this paper. Read these 10 columns once again. And the right side, you find research gap as a 11th column. So by reading this, you may get an idea. Oh, this I can work, no? Type it there. Like that 30 articles you collected, then you keep that 30 article, keep that 30 columns also, read your research gap once and twice. Take that, put it in a Word file. Go through that, read it. You will get an idea. You can write title, you can write objectives, you can write methodology from there. And it will be a new one. You should make sure that it is a new one which has not been done by those 30 people. Got it, madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, any more questions?
Sir, I have one more question, sir.
Okay.
Aprinath sir, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, for writing proposal, for review of literature, is it compulsory that we have to take only the recent 10 years of articles, or we can go back also and refer, sir?
Yeah, you have asked very pertinent question. One of the proposal I have written, I have taken an article from 1931. Got it? From Hayward
Yes,
Business
sir.
Review. There was an
Okay,
article in 1931. See, there is no time period, sir. Old article also should be there. New article should be there. I'll tell you the logic.
Fine,
When
sir.
you want to explain some concept from the base, we need that first article on that area. For example, I have worked on logistics. So I have gone back to 1930s to find out. So that can be in the intro. And when you explain, for example, 10, 15 articles, you are going to quote it in your proposal. First 2, 3 articles from the things and phased manner. When you write finally, try to get the recent article on that and explain what they have done it. So whereby it is always better to synchronize or synthesize the entire time period of that topic. There's an all state chance that they will understand that you have worked out a lot and you have an interest on research. They will sanction your proposal.
Great, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Sir Surendra Reddy, sir. If you have
Yes,
any
sir. Yes, sir.
questions.
Sir,
sir.
thank
Please,
you very
please.
much for your nice presentation. And I have a very short question. Can we apply the research projects with the collaboration with other developing countries' university with Indian university? Is it possible to apply like that?
Super, super. I actually have missed out and you have
Okay.
got it. Sir, there is a one project called as Spark. Spark.
Yes.
SPARC. Spark. You can
Okay.
type it. So that is initiated by our UGC.
Okay.
And that is a collaborative project between countries, sir.
Between
If
countries.
you
Okay.
go to that, for example, one second. One second. I'll give you the clarity on it. So IIT Karaikal, if you go to IIT Karaikal website, sir.
Okay.
In IIT Karaikal is a nodal body in India, and they are given that Spark project. They are giving funding, and in that website itself, they have given which are the universities in other countries are eligible to collaborate with Indian academicians, researchers. They have
Okay.
given university-wise, and you can collaborate with yourself. With, for example, in Australia, there are so many universities. Some of the universities are listed, and we can speak each other, and we can submit a proposal for the Spark. Actually, we have tried once. I have worked out one. It's half a way with Dr. Shankaran, with a New Zealand professor in a university. Unfortunately, when we later only we came to know that that university is not there. So now we are working on it. So Spark, if you type SPARC IIT Karaikal, so you can get international projects, sir. combined, collaborative projects. And even my humble request is, if you are in FB, go and subscribe the official page of ICSSR, sir. Every time they put a collaborative project with India and other countries, whereby you can apply for that project, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, friends. Okay.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yes,
Sorry.
madam, please. No issues, madam.
If there is any source to find out the sanctioned project proposal, sir, any websites or anything where we can see the pattern of proposals? Which is
Yes, madam. You want to see the proposal or the results?
Proposal, sir. I just want to see the sanctioned proposals pattern. I want to know.
Just now I was showing, if you have a time, I will show you my proposal. That's what I can do. Because,
yes, I noted out the...
No. I can even show you the entire proposal if you want visibly. The thing is that proposals are not available online because we can only see the title and the result. And the format is available, but the wholesome proposal, it's not available. If you network individually, if you mail me, I can share, no problem. Maybe what are the things which you have submitted and completed. I have given all these inputs.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. The whole session was really fantastic and awesome, sir. We all really grasped about this project proposals and all. Thank you, sir. So I would like to invite our Research Council Coordinator, 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐻𝐿 Madam, to deliver the vote of thanks. 𝐏𝐫𝐿 Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's audible, madam. Go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. It's very clear.
Good evening to one and all present here. Yeah. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this first talk of this today's national webinar. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our extreme resource person, Dr. V Arulmurugan, for taking time from his busy schedule to share his vast knowledge and experience. Your insights into the details of proposal writing were both practical and inspiring. Thank you, sir, for your guidance. I would also like to thank our respected principal, Professor Dr. Swarupa, for delivering the warm and thoughtful welcome address. Your continued support and encouragement have always been instrumental in the success of events like these. A special thanks to Dr. Desagar Aderi, who introduced our resource person. Your introduction gave us an excellent preview of the expert we were about to learn from. I also take this opportunity to appreciate the big. Lastly, a big thank you to all the participants for your active involvement and for making this webinar a successful with your attention and thoughtful questions. Once again, thank you to everyone. And let's meet tomorrow.
Thank you so much to the principal, Swarupa ma'am, and my good friend Saga and 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐻𝐿 ma'am for giving a wonderful words at the end. And all the participants, please let us keep our research integrity and ethics. That is the only request which I want to give it to the platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.